All right, so I want to take us back in time, back in history, a century ago, the previous millennium, back when gays didn't really have very many rights. I call these the good old days. You know, something really changed, but I really liked that. I mean, yes, there were many gay and lesbians that were tortured by groups of people, but most of us were pretty left alone because heterosexuals didn't really know what to do with us. They didn't want to know who we were dating. They didn't want to know our sex life. They didn't want to know our dreams and aspirations. They just pretty much said, okay, nice to meet you, bye-bye. And I miss that on some level. I do miss that. Now that we're assimilated, it's really hard to be with all of you in some ways. Well, back in 2000, Vermont got the civil unions law, and my partner at the time, actually he's still my partner, Michael, he got inspired, unfortunately. And so at this point, we had been together for about 14 years. And we had survived 2 mortgage closings, which, in my mind, a mortgage closing is a much more serious relationship commitment than a marriage. I'm a therapist, and so I know about these kinds of things. And my father has been married 9 times and only had 1 mortgage. And I haven't even been married yet, and I have 3 mortgages. And so I sort of think like, I think we should think about mortgages more than we think about marriages. But anyway, I can actually remember that the night before our first mortgage closing, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't sleeping at all. And I like looked over at him with his eye mask on. And I thought, I am actually going to go into hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt with someone who can't even pick his clothes up off the bedroom floor. Like, really? This is really my future. Well, so it was a beautiful summer day on Lake Champlain, Shelburne Farms. It was my 40th birthday, actually. And we do like what most of the locals do. We go to Shelburne Farms to pretend we're Vanderbilts, and we buy $25 cocktails, and we walk around the grounds of Shelburne Farms. But the difference between straight people and gay men is that straight people think about what it would be like to live there, and gay men think about what it would be like to renovate. And so we talk about all the things we want to change about the place and blow out that wall over there, and you know, really, the carpet is really drab. And so as we're walking around, having a lovely time with our martinis, $25 martinis, I'll say that more than once, I was really surprised. Michael proposed to me. Like, really surprised. And I don't know why I was shocked, because it's not like I had barely met him at 14 years. But I did what every woman for thousands of years has done before me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, I love you so much. Oh yes, I will marry you. Oh, thank you. I can't believe this is the happiest day of my life. And then I wanted to call my mother and tell her I'm engaged. You know, it's like, like I really wanted to avoid all of this my whole life. My whole life, I didn't really want to do the hetero thing. But I did. And so then, you know, because it's Vermont and I know more straight people than gay people, so the straight people start with the questions. Well, congratulations. Where are you getting married? You know, who's doing the ceremony? Are you having a band or a DJ? Are you having it catered? Please, dear God, don't do one of those potlucks on the top of Mount Philo like all the lesbians have been doing for thousands of years. Like, that is so overdone. And I got so overwhelmed by the whole thing that I just told people that sort of like, well, I think we'll probably get married on our 20th anniversary. And so I bought myself 6 years. Well, our 20th anniversary comes, and we don't get married. We buy a camp on the lake, so we get another mortgage, because that's how we roll. Yeah, we do mortgages, not marriages. And so we have this beautiful little postage stamp size camp on Lake Champlain that becomes our project. Well, the first spring that we were there, April, think cold, we had the fortunate opportunity, read between the lines, of putting in 70 feet of dock into a cold lake, read between the lines, hours and hours of fighting with each other. And so when we finished taking the, putting the dock in, I realized that my engagement ring was gone. That my hands being cold and shriveled up for hours on end, my clatter ring, for you Irish people in the audience, my clatter ring had fallen off my hand. And I was crestfallen. Michael was very upset. But I thought, all right, because I'm a neurotic Catholic, I thought, all right, so what does this mean? Like, does this mean, I don't know. Like, if you lose your engagement ring, does that mean you shouldn't get married? Or is that a sign that there's, like, something, like, really bad coming next? And I thought, I just wish I was heterosexual right now, because I would have all the answers to these questions. But gay people didn't really do this back then, and so I don't really know what the rules are. So fast forward 7 years, and we have the lovely task of taking out 70 feet of dock in late October in another cold lake. And as we're pulling the dock out, Michael stops, bends over, and says, "Oh my God, here's your ring." And I'm thinking, well, that's not even possible. I'm like, in those 7 years was Tropical Storm Irene, highest flood levels in Lake Champlain's history, a drought. Even on a regular thunderstorm, we would have 5-foot waves hitting the seawall at our place. And I said, "Are you sure you didn't plant that there?" And he said, yeah, that's exactly what I did, Kevin. 7 years ago, for no reason, shits and giggles, while you were sleeping, I took your ring off your finger. And then I hid it for 7 years. And then today, for no reason, I took it out and I blackened it up. And I put slime on it. And I put it in the water. And I pretended to find it for no reason. And I said, well, you don't have to be so sarcastic about the whole thing. It's like it is a little weird. I said, but you know what this means? What? This means that our love is forever. I roll. He's like, oh, I just wish I had just not even told you I found it and just put it on the dresser. So I think Beyonce was right. If you like it, then you better put a ring on it. So I'm still not married. In a couple of months, it'll be our 32nd anniversary. Yeah. Woohoo! Raise the house. Yeah. I'm not sure he's the one. I need more time to process. I'm unsure, but I'm confident that I'm going in the right direction. But I do have to say that I have come to understand and appreciate that it's the journey, not the jewelry, that really makes the difference in a relationship. Thanks.